What do you think about Texas Tech? What do you think about this weekend? Just give us your overall thoughts before we move into some of Bailey's questions.
Man, I think Texas Tech, there's something they're like a very polarizing team, right? You know, worst defense in the Big 12 and best offense in the Big 12, right? So you look at they have trouble getting after the passer, but they do some really plucky things like to go get after the passer, right? Even on offense to keep I think like Joey McGuire, man, you could see that influence of an innovator in his head, like the team cut block. I'm pretty sure you saw that, right? Like they love all five guys to just aim for your ankles. It's like you don't see a lot of that in college football, right?
Trying to drop hands. You don't see that unless you're watching high school tape.
You feel me? And at this level, like to I was like, that's a psychological thing to slow down your pass rush. It's not even about that play. It's about to make you take a step back, because when you see that shoulder drop, you thinking, whoa, is he cutting me or not? So I think but as far as what they do offensively, that cachet of receivers they have, man, I love Coy Aiken, right? I said he reminds me of Jordy Nelson. You talk about the guy as Caleb Douglas. Caleb Douglas is another one, like came from Florida. Like they got guys at the wide receiver position, and all they want to do is spread you out and run the ball with Taj Brooks. He's the last person I'm talking about, but he's the main guy. Had rushed for 100 yards every game this season, averaging $130 a game at 5'10", 230 pounds. Somebody who runs like a ball of knives. You hate tackling him. He's one of the guys like back in the day, like, you know, if you're in Oklahoma drill, you don't even feel like it. Like, bro, hey, bro, you want to go in front of me? Like one of them type guys back in the day. You don't feel like hitting him every time. So I think they got a lot going for them offensively, defensively. They gang tackle, but I just don't think they had the horses. Now, what they love to do, in my opinion, is once they get you spread it out, they want you to drop that safety and they want to go over the top. And they want to get – I think Colorado is one of those teams where they say styles make fights. Colorado has like the perfect team for this style of fight, where we could play man on the outside, so we're not really worried about the receivers. Actually, because their leading guy, his name's damn, who leads them in catches? I forget his name. I'm gonna look it up in a second. But the guy
Bailey will get it for you. Bailey, get Texas Tech's leading receiver.
He was at Washington State last year with he's a senior. He was at Washington State last year with Cam Ward. Yep, man, dude. But this year they're throwing a lot of short stuff to him and just trying to get him the ball in space. Don't a lot of hitches. I'm like, what's his name?
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly. Man, listen.
Yep, that's the one.
That's who I would want Travis Hunter on if I'm running it. Because throw a hitch at Trav if you want to, bro. Like, matter of fact, the band gonna be playing. He gonna be hit a backflip, turn the Spider-Man on defense. You feel me? yeah, hit the Heisman. You feel me? Yeah. Throw that at him. And then when you think about a guy like DJ McKinney on the other side matching up with who I think Coy Aiken, he's so underrated to me. He goes about 4'5", 4'5", 840, 6'2", 190, 195 pounds. Great size for a wide receiver. Doesn't do anything extremely well, but does everything really well, if that makes sense. So that's going to be a good test. But I think those corners, right? When you look at Colorado, the way they get after the quarterback, and that's something that people were worried about early in the year. They're averaging like 2.75 sacks a game, which is second in the Big 12. They can get after the quarterback. This guy, Baron Morton, hasn't been sacked. I think he's been sacked maybe 13 or 14 times this year at the most. He hasn't been sacked, but when you get him off schedule and you make him uncomfortable, that's when he turns the ball over. So those games, it's not like he's throwing up 50-50 balls, because they win a lot of those, which I really have a lot of confidence in Colorado being able to win. But when he's off schedule and he's uncomfortable, that's when he starts to make mistakes. And he hasn't made many this year. But Colorado is set up to play press man if they want to. They can get after the quarterback with 4 without having to bring anybody extra up. And you can still have your safety to come down and say, Taj Brooks, what you want to do at the gut, bro? So when you get those that type of style, for me, is what makes me feel like Colorado is going to be victorious.
No doubt. Let's get our predictions for Colorado versus Texas Tech. Right now, Colorado, I believe, is 4-point favorites. That line keeps creeping up. But let's just get your predictions. Deuce, I'll start with you. Go ahead.
Man, give me Colorado by 10. Do I got to get a score?
You don't have to. If you want to, you can.
Yeah. I'll take Colorado by at least 10.
Colorado by 10. And look, I'm going to take Colorado. I'm going to say they do get to 50. Because I watched Baylor score 60 on Tech, and I know Texas got a good offense, but their defense is leaky. I'm going to say that they win 51-27.
I like that.